you're not speaking. Please turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want you all to note that this meeting will be recorded and would be shared amongst the members for study and self reflection. Let's have a great meeting today. Now, with this, I would like to welcome our presiding officer for the meeting today, Toastmaster Mohit, with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. Thank you for that amazing start, and welcome everyone to yet another joint meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. I welcome you all to this amazing meeting. We have a special session lined up today, and like every meeting, there is a theme for today's meeting as well. For today's meeting, we have decided to have the theme as celebrating strength and resilience. Especially this topic has come up because July happens to be Disability Pride Month. I don't know how many of you were aware about this Disability Pride Month, while I'm sure all of you would be aware about the Valentine's Day or even the other such, even Father's Day and so on. So it's time that we spread awareness about such important topics which are relevant to the world in which we live. While our Toastmaster of the day will be talking more about this theme later today, I would like to start by inviting our guests to come forward and introduce themselves. I would like to request you to share how, introduce yourself briefly and tell us the reason you joined us today. So let's see who all we've got as guests today. Do we have any guests today? Neetu. Hi, Neetu. Would you like to introduce yourself and share with us what brings you here today? Toastmaster Deepak has raised his hand. He's also a guest, although he's been frequently attending our meetings, so he didn't look like a guest. But yes, definitely, Deepak, why don't you introduce yourself one more time and share with us what brings you here?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Yes, I'm a guest because I'm not the member. And as a guest, it have such an opportunity. I have attended this club meeting many times, and whenever I attend such meeting, the best part is I always take out few lessons, few learnings from me. The name of the club is actually very, very attractive. I have heard many club name. I've been part of Delhi Toastmasters, Mumbai Toastmasters, but initially, trust me, when I heard your club name, I thought it's not part of Toastmasters, but Toastmaster Mohit and Toastmaster Monica have done something, just to, or the other AC members, they have done something different to take this name, and they are not part of Toastmasters. But then later I came to know that yes, when I see Toastmaster Mohit wearing the sheet, wearing the shirt, so that shows that yes, we are all part of Toastmasters. And the amazing writings that we see every other day in the WhatsApp group that always excite, and you would get to know when you hear my speech that how inspired I am for the writing and the knowledge that you guys share. And I'm always active, although I don't write anything on the group, but I am an avid reader to all the readings that you guys write, and a fan for sure. And it's always a pleasure to join your club meeting. The best part is you always come up with some new innovatives, and today also there is a learning session for all of us. So look forward to learning from each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deepak. A huge round of applause for Deepak. And we all need a little bit of validation, and hearing such acknowledgement and words from people like Deepak really tells us that we are on the right path and we must continue the journey. So thank you so much for sharing your feedback, and it's amazing to have you join us today. I'm checking one more time, Neetu, if you are able to unmute yourself, and would you like to share with us a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today?
Yeah, hello all. Am I audible, Mohit?
Yes.
Yes, so it's lovely to be here. I actually got introduced to Toastmasters briefly this week itself by Mohit on a call, and I was very much excited to have my first session today. And I want to, I'm very much eager to hear today's speeches, and hopefully in future I'll be a part of it. So yeah, I'm really excited.
That's great. A round of applause for Neetu.
Thank you.
We'll request you to stay till the end and share with us how you felt about today's meeting. All right, I think that's all the guests we've got today. Let's invite our Toastmaster of the day, who is Toastmaster Alokita. Toastmaster Alokita is a writer with a passion for crafting compelling stories and engaging content. She's written the book Lakeer Ke Us Paar, which I would recommend everybody to make a note of and get a copy of as well when you get a chance. Without further ado, let me invite on the stage Toastmaster Alokita with our special theme for the day.
Thank you, Mohit. Good morning, Toastmasters and honored guests, though I think today we have only one guest. So welcome, Deepak. I'm delighted to be your Toastmaster of the day for this special session where we are celebrating strength and resilience in honor of the Disability Pride Month. Thank you for joining us for this special joint meeting hosted by Toastmaster Club of Storytellers and the Leaders Connect Toastmaster Club. Now, introducing you to the theme of the meeting, I'd like you to tell that Disability Pride Month is celebrated in every July, and it is a time to honor the strength, perseverance, and achievements of people with disabilities. People who are overcoming a physical and mental battle just to live the life people without disability often take for granted. This reminds me of a story we read in our moral studies when we were a kid. And I think you all must have read that story, or someone might have told you that. There was a person who always complained. He said that, I'm so poor, I don't have anything. So one day, he went to ask,
Never.
why do you think that God doesn't love me? If he would have loved me, he would have given me money. I'm so poor. The saint smiled and said, Child, do you really think you are poor? He said, Yes, I am poor. The saint smiled again. Are you sure you are poor? He said, Yes, I am. Why do you say that? You are making fun of my poverty? The saint said, No. Okay, just do one thing. I want to take your eyes. And how much money will you give me your eyes? The man got mad. Are you mad? I won't give you my eyes for crores. Okay. Can you give me your heart? I would like to take your heart. The saint has gone mad. Why would I give you my heart? If I give you my heart, how will I live? Can you give me your legs? Not at all. Your hands? No, I won't. Okay. If I give you thousands crore, then you will not be poor. Just give me your hand, leg, or any body part I want. The man said, No, I cannot. Okay, you're not ready to trade your organs for thousands and crores. And yet you think you're poor. So most of the time, we don't feel gratitude for what we have. We don't feel gratitude for what we are blessed with. A fully functional body, a well-functioning mind is a gift in itself. And we just take it for granted unless we see someone struggling or living without that blessing. And Disability Pride Month is a month when we be aware of our gifts, our blessings, and understand how people without that blessing are living their life. With this, I would like to take this meeting forward, and I think everybody here is a Toastmaster, so everybody knows, but as the convention goes, I'd like to tell that our meeting is divided in 3 parts. The first part being the prepared speech section, where a speaker comes and they give their prepared speech. The second part is table topic session, where everybody gets a chance to speak. And they are given a topic and they have to speak impromptu. You have to think and speak at the moment. And the third, but the most important part is evaluation, because we all are here to improve our communication skills, improve our leadership skills. And for improvement, evaluation is a must. Without evaluation, we don't know what we are doing right, what we are doing wrong. But this meeting is a special meeting, as you all know. So here we have added one more section, and this section will have our keynote speaker, where we will be showing you a TED talk by the speaker, and then we'll have a question answer round with the speaker. You can ask your questions. So taking this meeting further, I would like to call upon the stage our GE, the General Evaluator, who will be taking care of the evaluation section, TM Nidhi Sharma. Nidhi is an easygoing and ambivert person. She believes in living life happily, even in complications. She enjoys gardening, listening to music, and spending time with her family. Nidhi, I would like to call you up on the stage. Please come and introduce us with your roles and your tag team. Thank you. Over to you, Nidhi.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Alokita, for the wonderful words. Hope everybody is fine and enjoying their life up to the hilt, enjoying life along with monsoon despite challenges around us. So I want to know one thing. Is there anybody in the meeting who doesn't have challenge in their life? Raise your hand if there is any. I don't think. Life is like this only. It is not only your life. Everyone's life is like this, with full of challenges. If you think that once this challenge you overcome and later do that you will enjoy your life, trust me, it will never happen. You smash this challenge, you carry it off, other challenge will ready. You smash other challenge, few more are ready. So better to be prepared and learn the art of live life with challenges, because they will never go away from your life. They will be there. So you will thrive them. This is the only way you can live your life happily. There is no other way out, because challenge is not one. We are people who relate more with OTT. We are OTT people. So now you will understand that life is full of challenges. There is series of challenges. Then series has seasons have episodes. So this is endless. This is infinite. So before challenges, they overpower you. You learn how to overpower them. Don't try to make peace with them. Try to thrash them. I am GE today. I will be evaluating the meeting end to end. Don't be afraid of evaluation. Feel free while speaking, because we all are here to learn. We are not here to judge anybody. We will learn with each other's support, and feedback is important. If there is no feedback, then how we will improve? Nobody is perfect. Even life doesn't come in full circle. GE is a comprehensive role. All alone, I cannot accomplish this task. So I have 3 tech buddies with me who will assist me in this role. So I would like to call upon them one by one and would request them, please brief out your role. So let's start with Swati. Swati is a diligent student and passionate Toastmaster. She always participates in the Toastmaster meeting with full enthusiasm and exuberance. So Swati will be playing the role of timer. So a big round of applause for Swati. Over to you, Swati, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi. So time management, as we all know, is a very important part of speech and communication. It makes sure that we deliver the message effectively, and also it keeps the audience engaged. So today, as timer, my role is to help you all keep a track of the time. And I'm going to time the prepared speech, table topic speech, and the speech evaluation. For prepared speech, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll raise a green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise a yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I'll raise a red card. And there's a relaxation of 30 seconds at both the ends. So the minimum and the maximum time limit becomes 4.5 to 7.5 minutes. Next would be table topic speeches, time limits for which is 1 to 2 minutes. A green card would be raised at 1 minute, a yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and a red card at 2 minutes, with a relaxation of 30 seconds in the end. So you can go maximum up to 2.5 minutes. Next is speech evaluation, for which the time limits are 2 to 3 minutes. I'll raise the green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes, and a red card at 3 minutes. So I'll raise these cards by changing my background, which will look something like this. This is the green card, this is the yellow card, and that's the red card. So that was all about the time limits, and I'll present my report towards the end of the meeting. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Nidhi.
Thank you, Swati. You elaborated your role very nicely. Really appreciate it. You were prepared. So next we have Lavina. Lavina, I believe you are there.
Yes,
Lavina,
Toastmaster Nidhi.
okay, nice. Great to hear from you. So Lavina, she's 2-in-1 versatile personality. She's wearing 2 heads together today. That is a counter and grammarian. She works with RBS, full-time mom of 2 in Gurugram, joined Toastmaster in September 2022 to hone speaking, presentation, and leadership skills through Toastmaster. So, Lavina, please come on the virtual stage, and I would request everybody, please give a big round of applause for Lavina.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi. So I'm playing the role of our counter and Romanian today. As our counter, I would be looking for Dutch words in all the speakers' time, and making sure that I make note of words like so and these are favorite words, and they take away from the fluency of our speech. At the end of the meeting, towards the evaluation section, I will be sharing the report from the perspective of playing the role of grammarian. I am also supposed to look for the good usages and the not so good usages of English grammar in all the speakers' speech time. I will make a note of the usages and share the report in the evaluation section. For my role, I am also supposed to be presenting the word of the day. So for today's meeting, the word of the day is probably. Probably means the meaning of probably is almost certain or to the best of our knowledge. When we want to convey something with that kind of certainty, we use the word probably. Usage would be she's probably off to the market to buy groceries. So I would encourage all the members of the meeting to use the word probably throughout their speech time, and the rest of us to encourage the usage with a reaction of thumbs up or virtual or physical. And that's about my role. And over to you, Toastmaster Nidhi.
Thank you so much, Lavina, for elaborating your role. So now let's start the meeting. And I hand over the stage back to Timur Alokita. Alokita, over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you for your efforts and the way you and your team introduced us with your role. Thank you for that. And we will be waiting for your evaluation at the end of the meeting. So now coming back to our topic. How many of you know there's a legislation or what you may say an act that talks about the rights of persons with disability in India? And what's that act called?
No idea.
Anybody?
Hi, Alokita.
Hi, Deepak.
I'm not aware of the act in India, but in doing some basic research about Disability Pride Month, I figured that an act came out in the US in 1960 or so, which talked about the act or the basically an act against discrimination for people with disability in educational institutions, in transportation, and at work. That's what I know.
There's a little correction, Mohit. It was 1990. ADA, Americans Disability Act.
Yes, yeah.
And ADA, we can say, is the father of disability acts all over the world. In India, we have RPWD Act, Rights of Persons with Disability Act, that came in 2016. And it is also based on ADA. So why our constitution already says that every person is equal in the eyes of laws. Then why do we need a special act for persons with disability? Because despite the law saying that you cannot be discriminated, everywhere the discrimination was going on. And it's still going on. Despite we have the laws, we have the act, we have, and you can see, this meeting consists of people who are considered intellectuals, right? And here we didn't have a single person knowing that in India we have a law. And that law came in 2016. So this is the level of awareness we have. And that's why events like Disability Pride Month is important to spread awareness. And it's not just about raising awareness. It's also about celebrating the diverse experiences and contributions of those living with disabilities. Persons with disabilities are contributing in the society. And we are not acknowledging that. And I'd like to share a small incident. It was probably yesterday that I and Mohit were discussing about this meeting, and he was asking if I could take the T-Mod. And he said, This is a sensitive topic. I don't know what to say. This is in that speech he told 2 to 3 times. This is sensitive topic. But I didn't interrupt him at that time because I wanted to address it here. Why is it sensitive? We always hear people asking, how do we talk with persons with disability? If I ask you, Mohit, how do we talk with persons without disability? Is there an answer? You talk to them in friendly manner, you give them respect. That's the basic. That's how you talk with people with disabilities. There's no special rule to talk with people with disability. It's not a sensitive topic. It's normal. Monica, Toastmaster Monica wants to say something.
Yeah, Lokita.
Yeah.
One point I have to raise here is
Yeah.
being human, right? We are aware of what is to be done as per our consciousness.
Yes.
But most likely, subconsciously, probably I think every one of us would have unconscious bias, right? We don't want to, I mean, why this becomes sensitive is, of course, maybe we really are more vulnerable in such situation when we are talking to a person with disability. Because, I mean, this is what I believe, that, of course, everybody deserves equal treatment, right? And being a person, there could be chances that your empathy converts into sympathy. And
Yes.
that's what a person with disability won't like.
Yes.
Because what I have understood is they are very high self-trust, I should say, self-confidence, in contrast to the other peoples who seems to be looking normal, but maybe they don't know them as much well as a person with disability will know. That's what I have believed. That's what are my experiences. And so we sometimes tends to be little overconscious of using the words properly, and that times eventually we are doing subconscious bias. There is no wrong intention of anybody, of course. They want to respect and treat the person, but eventually there's a human aspect that comes into picture which really can't control. So probably that could be a reason. This, again, even I feel this is a sensitive topic, because you really need to be very careful that your word should not sound as a sympathy, rather it should be empathy. So that's my take.
Exactly. And you said we become extra conscious, and that exactly was my point. Mohit is a very good friend of mine. He knows me very well. I know him very well. So why we become extra conscious? Because we are going into that sympathy mode. That's what I'm telling. See, what you think? People think that if someone is on wheelchair and you ask them, can you come here? Can you hurry up? They will feel offended. No, we don't. Even if you say, Alokita, why did you walk away? Though I use my wheelchair to go, I would not feel offended, and no person with disability, no person on wheelchair would feel offended if you say, why did you walk away from there? We understand what walk away means. You don't necessarily need to say, why did you wheel away from there? No, you don't. Okay. So this is the thing, that the way you talk to everybody else, that's the way you talk to persons with disability. There's nothing special. And this special thing in our society, recently we have got this word called Divyangjan. That's because we want to give a special tag to persons with disability. In our society, I've seen there are 2 kinds of special tags we are given. One is something below the human, bechare. And one is the Divyangjan mindset. There's something magical about them. No. Like, while you were saying this, you said, I've seen they are very So why they are? No, not every person is different. In the same way, every person with disability is different. You'll find persons with disability super confident, and you'll find persons with disability who lack confidence. You'll find persons with disability who are full of self-respect, and you'll find persons with disability who self-pity themselves. So you cannot tag they are like this, we are like this. That's the difference we need to eliminate. And with this, we don't want to concentrate just on this topic, so we have to take our meeting further. Let's go to our... I'm sorry, is someone saying something? No. Okay. So let's move on to our next part of the meeting, prepared speech. For prepared speech, we have one speaker today. I'd like first to call the evaluator of the speech, Monica Talwar. We just listened to Monica, and Monica, now I'd like to call you up on the stage as an evaluator for our first speaker. Monica lives in Delhi and she works as a senior manager with Synopsys. Monica, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alokita, and thanks for this opportunity for giving me an opportunity to evaluate one of the great speaker I have listened so far in our previous meetings. So I'll be evaluating Deepak Sharma. Deepak Sharma is a professional working in the field of insurance, and he loves to meet new people. He likes to play cricket, and he recently, today only shared that he is a very avid reader as well. He believes in learning from the Toastmaster, and he really wants to contribute and support the rise. So on today's speech, Deepak will be covering level 3 of Project 12, and his pathway is presentation mastery. The purpose of his speech is, this project is to inspire through a story and give a message. So that would be his topic for the speech today. Over to you, Toastmaster Alokita.
Thank you, Monica. And I was supposed to introduce the speaker. So you have already done my work, taking that load off my shoulder. I'll directly call the speaker on the stage, Toastmaster Deepak. Over to you.
Please raise your hand if you have seen a parent attending parents-teacher meeting, either in the movie or live in the school. Please raise your hand. Well, I see almost everyone raising the hand. Let me share one such experience. Last year, me and my wife, we were asked to attend one such meeting. As soon as we entered, the teacher said, Mr. Deepak Sharma, please have a seat, because I have a major complaint against your son. Teacher, Miss Shweta Dixit, pointed a pen towards me and she said, your son just doesn't respond to anyone. No matter how many times we call him, he simply ignores. Shweta Dixit, the teacher, she once again said, this pen I'm pointing towards you because I see you only one parent who is unable to handle the son. This actually struck my heart. She further continued. She said, either you have admitted him too early into the school, or he has a problem with understanding and you should check with doctors. She was referring to my son, Devyu, who was admitted in the kids' play school just 2 weeks ago. And Principal Alok Gupta and Miss Shweta Dixit, the teacher, they were complaining continuously about my son. Me and my wife, we are failing to understand any of this. We just looked at each other and we were confused. Finally, I mustered the courage and I responded. I said, but he's normal at home. I don't think he's underage for joining a preschool. Mr. Alok, the principal, said, that is unbelievable, Mr. Sharma. He is at the crisis room right now. If you want, we can call him right away and then let's see if he's responding or not. We agreed. And as soon our cute Devyu entered the principal room. Upon seeing us, his eyes wide open and he smiled and he said, Daddy, Mom, here, let's go home. But it's time to go home. But now it was our time to demonstrate our son's ability to the teacher, the cruel Miss Shweta, and the principal. So I asked him lovingly and softly, Devyu, how are you? And to the teacher's surprise, Devyu responded immediately. And he said, I'm fine, Daddy. Shall we go home? I said, okay. But who is your teacher? Tell me the teacher's name. And Devyu immediately responded. Devyu said, Miss Shweta Dikshit. Can we go home now, Daddy, please? By this time, the teacher, Miss Shweta Dikshit, went into an anger mode. And they were clueless what was happening. Mr. Alok Gupta, the principal, he was speechless. There was a silence for a few seconds. And then Miss Shweta Dikshit, the teacher, said, I'm shocked. How come Devyansh is responding now? I'm surprised. Can he even speak? Now my wife was so agitated and she whispered in my ear. She said, these teachers probably need to learn teaching in the school. But the principal as well as teacher heard her comments. And they were taken aback. I knew the teacher heard the comment. I tried to handle the situation and I tried to calm her down. But now my wife was complaining, cribbing about it. Somehow we managed to leave that room and we headed back to our home. But on the way also, my wife was suggesting to change the school finally because they thought the teachers are not good. I also thought the same. Next morning, I woke up with a fresh mind. I thought about the meeting once again. And I had this eureka thought in my mind that probably teacher knew our Devyu as Devyansh because his formal name is Devyansh in school. But all of us call him by Devyu. In fact, the grandmother call him Laddu. And even the cousins, siblings, everyone call him with different name. Nobody calls him Devyansh. No wonder the teacher was experiencing this because Devyu was not able to recognize who Devyansh is. Next morning, I explained to Devyu that his real name is actually Devyansh. And when I told his real name, Devyu was confused. He did not get it. Actually, for a 4-year-old, the concept of a name is quite a thing. Don't you think so? Please raise your hand. It is. That day, I let him to go to school, but as a family, we all decided that from today onwards, we would only call him by the name Devyansh. No Laddu, no Devyu. No. Initially, trust me, it was not easy for us. And it took a lot of practice to call him Devyansh. But finally, we got the hang of it. And so did Devyash as well. After 2 weeks, suddenly I get a call from the play school once again. The call was from Mr. Alok Gupta, the principal. He said, Mr. Sharma, how are you? Not to worry. Devyansh is now responding pretty well. In fact, as per the teacher, Miss Shweta Dixit, Devyansh is doing better than most of the girls and the boys in school. He may even become a topper the way he's responding so quickly. But then principal said that we did not like the comment made by your wife. We know our job well. So nobody has to teach us. And you don't have to think about changing the school. We are doing the right job. And I'm proud of my teachers. Once he hung up the phone, I realized that it is pretty much important to see things from other person's perspective as well. Instead of judging someone and reaching to a conclusion straight away, it is always nice to think, analyze the possible reasons, and maybe the potential reason for the difference of opinion. So this learning has benefited me in my professional life as well. Now I try to get into other people's shoes and see their point of view. What is the reason they are sharing this information? Probably such small change sometimes make a big difference, and it can ultimately result in achieving the desired outcome for all of us. So we need to be ready and change our perspective. What do you think about it, Toastmaster of the day? Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak, for this amazing speech. And I learned something from you today. We should not wait for others to give us a thumbs up when we are doing something right. Every time he used, probably he was showing himself a thumbs up. And I love this gesture. I seriously love this gesture. Now, we have heard our... Yes, Deepak, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say a big thank you to our contest chair, Toastmaster Mohit Sani, because this speech was written by him and I
Okay.
just had the honor to deliver it. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit Sani.
I request everyone in the meeting to, I give you 1 minute time and let's give our feedback to Deepak. You can send the message directly to him or you can message in the group. Let's give our feedback, our personal feedback. Evaluator will evaluate, but what you think about Mr. Deepak's speech? Let's tell him. I hope, Deepak, you got feedback from whoever wanted to give you feedback. Now, let's proceed to our next session. This is a special segment we have added today. And today we are going to listen to a TED Speak by Prasad Shetty. And then we'll have a question and answer round with him. Mohit?
Hi,
Can
Alokita.
you play the video, or who's doing that?
Okay, yeah, sure. Just
Yeah.
give me one moment, Alokita.
Yeah. Yeah,
In the
sure.
meanwhile, I'm requesting if Prasad can be introduced because it'll take us a while to get the video set up, and if Prasad can be spotlighted. Thank you.
Yep.
Hi, Toastmaster Alokita.
Hi. Wait.
Are you able to introduce
Yes.
Toastmaster Prasad and add him to the spotlight? And also one more
Yes.
thing, Toastmaster Mehak, as Tech Master, I would need a little bit of assistance from you about playing the video. Would you know how do I set the video settings so that we can play a YouTube video which shows the not just the video but also the audio?
When you directly screen share from YouTube, I think it would ask about something like microphone.
Yes, there's a
Okay.
small checkbox. Can take it.
Let me try that and please bear with me. So I've done the screen share advanced and then it says computer audio. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Let me try sharing now. Let me know if you can see the screen as well. Or does it only play the, let me do it one more time, sorry. Video file, it says video file. Probably let me try this one. No, that's a different one. Computer
Mohit,
audio.
maybe you can send the link to Mehak. She's Tech
Okay.
Master. She can play that, no? You can forward the
Right.
link to her.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing that right away. Thanks. I have just shared the link with Toastmaster Mehak, and I think we can proceed, Alokita, with the introduction of Prasad and then the video.
So we try once doing the screen share.
Yes, Mehak, please.
Listen to them. There are also people feeling very
Is it audible?
You can see the shared screen, but not hear the audio yet.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes, the audio is also there now. So I think we are all set. Hand it over back to Toastmaster Alokita, and you can keep the screen share on Toastmaster Mehak and Alokita, howsoever you want to take it forward. It's over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, and thank you, Mahesh. So today we have this special session where we have guest Prasad Shetty, and I did not want to introduce him because the video contains his introduction and I didn't want to ruin that. So let's first hear the TED talk given by the speaker and then we can proceed with our meeting. Thank you, Mac. Can you play that?
Good morning, everyone. Let's start with a story. A story of a beautiful young lady in her 20s. Now, how do you picture a young lady in her 20s in your mind? Carefree, vulnerable, living her dream life? Well, the young lady in my story is not carefree. She is full of responsibilities. She isn't vulnerable and won't show it to anyone. And for sure, she's not living her ideal dream life. She is mother of 2 severely disabled children. Now, how do you picturize a mother of 2 severely disabled children in your mind? Frustrated, distraught, hopeless towards life? Well, friends, again, we are wrong in our imaginations. She is full of love, full of smile, and all the patience in the world. She used to carry her kid to the school and make him sit at the corner of the wall so that he can get support from the two walls and he can get his education. Everyone around her told there's no use sending these children to school because they are paralyzed neck down. But she never listened to anyone and she made sure that her kids are educated because she knew that only education can make her children fight with this world. And today, 35 years down, this kid is at the podium narrating the story. Very early in my life, I learned the power of choice. My parents taught me that situations in my life won't be in my control, but my energy, my actions, and my emotions is something that's in the power of choice that I emote. Positivity was instilled in me right from my childhood. And that was instilled from one thing that my parents taught me, that you cannot use your condition as an excuse ever. And this was taught not by giving any motivational talk or gyans. They just presented themselves, and me and my sister just followed their footsteps. So the positivity which was instilled in us, I started looking at my wheelchair as my throne. I also call it as Rajgati. So basically, this wheelchair empowers me to take the charge of my life with just 2 thumbs and 1 finger. Yet I feel I am completely independent. And I feel I am living in 2 parallel worlds. One where I'm living my life king size, taking charge of my life, and the other side where I'm 100% disabled once I'm off my throne and on the bed, where I'm dependable even to turn my neck. But now you will start feeling, are bechara, unfortunate. If you're thinking that, please stop thinking that. I'm pretty cool and I'm very happy-go-lucky person right from my childhood. And my childhood was not different from others of my age. I was very naughty and very fussy kid to be handled. You can ask my parents. And at the same time, I was very foodie and loved eating junk foods. Now you might feel, Prasad, this is how the kids are, right? Yes, this is how the kids are. But every kid doesn't have a body like me. That's spinal muscular atrophy. So what is the spinal cord muscular atrophy? So often these kids are prone to getting pulmonary infections. So they're prone to get tough and get hospitalized. I was one of those. I used to get hospitalized like every year, and that used to get triggered by my food choices. And I used to lose 6 to 8 weeks of my life every year. And in this process, I also lost a lung. But giving up was never the choice that I wanted to make. And I hated most was losing the 6 to 8 weeks, which took me off my throne and took me off my productivity. So I started thinking, like, I just reflected upon my life, and I only knew one thing: the situations are not in my control. Though this was not a very gentle way from the universe to remind me, but it reminded me circumstances or situations won't be in my control, but my emotions, my energy, and my actions are. So I just started reflecting, looking back at my life and reflecting upon how could I come back once I'm back on my throne. So I started planning on that and made sure that I have a stronger comeback when I'm back on my throne. But during this phase, my beautiful family and friends were always standing with me. And they never treated me differently. So even I never saw myself any different from them. And as I didn't see myself different from them, my plans weren't any different. Me and all of my college friends decided to do CA together. And that is where we appeared for CPT, the initial exam. And once that was done, the next challenge was to find the classes for the intern. None of the class gave me the admission, saying a wheelchair would occupy the space for 2 to 3 benches. So I was compelled to take an admission in a class where I was forced to sit at the corridors of the class. And that was 40-minute drive on wheelchair from my home. After reaching there, during the monsoon, I used to get wet as I was sitting at the corridors. This was quite humiliating and frustrating. I thought I'll drop the CA classes. I dropped it, but my friends were completing their CA. And I felt, am I being left back? So in this process, I started appearing for short-term certificates in personal finance and the various degrees. So in 3 years span, I completed 26 short-term certifications and courses from various places. And not only the certification with degrees, but I also started doing some side hustles. And these 3 years of my life gave me a lot of experiences and confidence. Though I was making money, but experience mattered the most. Once these 3 years were passed, I proposed the idea of making something in finance because these 26 exams had developed a financial persona in me. And with my experience and knowledge, I thought we can make a good business, and my friends agreed to it. And that is where my brainchild S9 was born. But that was the phase where it was something like a Midas touch. Whatever I was doing good, and I was making money out of it. And with stock market expertise, I was making good 5 to 10,000 on a daily basis. And everything going well. I was only 22 then. And that was the time I felt Apunej Bhagwan. And because of which, there was the right time for the stock market to show me the mirror, and I lost 28 lakh rupees in one single day. That was the toughest spot of my life. And in next 6 days, I had to repay this money to the broker. I arranged this money from all the sources. I started arranging this without my parents knowing about this. Somehow I arranged with 6 sleepless nights, and 7th day, I gave it to the broker and could sleep only on the 7th night, but only to wake up with where I have to rush to the hospital. I had 3 clots in my brain due to immense stress and sleepless nights. Doctors were asking me what's the reason behind the stress. I denied. I said there's no stress because I didn't have the courage to face my parents then. It was like, it was immense pressure coming out there, but life wasn't done challenging me as of yet. It was barely 10 months down. I had to take another blow of 10 lakh in my business account. But giving up was never the choice that I wanted to make. And as a kid, I learned very early that negative energy is not something that I'm going to attract to. Like, I always knew I would come on top, and I believed in my abilities. And that winning moment came 7 years down the line when I repaid everything and came back home and told this to my parents. So overall, I'm saying, like, to be a winner, you have to make a choice. And it's only we who think that we can lose the game. So if you look at my life story, did you notice any pattern? Being a stock market trader, I noticed a pattern. Whenever I bottom down, I jump back again. And if you look at the graph, we say it's a higher high and a higher low. Same is with everyone's life, isn't it? If you look at the larger picture, and if you don't give up in short-term fluctuations and difficulties or any failures, then definitely we all are going to win. So that is how the thing has to be. If you want to be the winner, think that you're the winner and start changing your perspectives. Once you start believing that you're the winner, nobody can defeat you. That's what I wanted to say. And there are 4 learnings that I would say. Always count your friends, your family as a blessing, because that's the real assets I would say I have earned till date. Secondly, if you have been pushed to any situation, that is because you have the ability to succeed that. Third, if there is any circumstances of chaos around you where you feel you are helpless, then be assured that these circumstances of chaos have come into your life to do something good for you, because that would be the defining moment of your life. And the last thing, you are what you think. Believe in yourself and you can succeed in anything in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehak, for your support. So, guys, this was the TED Talk we wanted to share with you on this special session for Disability Pride Month. Now, Prasad is with us here, and you are free to ask him questions if you have them. And before that, Prasad, would you like to say something?
Thank you, Mohit, and all the Toastmasters for giving this opportunity to share here with all of you.
See Deepak raising hand. Deepak, you have a question?
Yeah. So first of all, I did not know the superstar is in the club only, is with us only. I thought a celebrity is sharing the speech. Normally, we have seen people from who are foreigners. They share their life stories like this, and literally, I was taken aback when Toastmaster of the Day Alokita said, "Prasad Shetty is now here, so it's now your choice." So I was just jotting down the points and your life story. So trust me, phenomenal. The things which I could take is, I mean, the count is unlimited. Brilliant life story. You said it multiple times. Giving up was never the choice I wanted to make. Beautiful. The way you started your, your story with how you were in the beginning, a child who always used to eat so much like everyone, but how, physically you had to go through a lot of pain in your life. Then you were into debt also. And this dialogue I would always remember, Apunich Bhagwan hai. This is how God gives you so much, and then you become arrogant, and God actually push you back just because God knows that you have the ability to bounce back. So truly inspiring story. One question I have, for you, Toastmaster, if I can tell you, Toastmaster Prasad Shetty, what is the one message? You obviously have shared three stories, and also the three learning for all of us. I have jotted down, and I definitely practice in my life. The question for you is, somebody who is not special as you are. You are somebody who is determined, who is somebody who is ready to bounce back, but somebody who has got everything in his life. Somebody who is born in a rich family, already has the money. Somebody who doesn't have to bother about the career, okay, and somebody who doesn't have to ask anything. His parents is giving everything. What is your opinion for that person? Because there are many people in this world who are blessed with everything. They have good health, they have good wealth, and they get fame also. But those people also have to do something different to be better in your life, just like you demonstrated how to come out from the struggles and shine like a star. So what is your opinion how that person can challenge himself to overcome and become better? Over to you, Toastmaster Prasad.
Thank you, Deepak. So I would say the situations would be different for different people. Now, the challenge which life throws at one. So, like as you said, like if someone is blessed with everything and some challenges come up, so as he may have or he may have not, the challenges which he faces would be difficult at his levels. So now he has the power of, he or she has the power of choice, like what he needs to do or she needs to do. Like I say, power of choice is either you can pity on yourself or you can just say no. I would say, like, how would I see every time for smallest of the things? I see whether the situation wins or I win. I just treat myself, I gamify things. This is what in reality I do. I just gamify the thing and I see myself as a warrior and situation as an opponent. Now I just see who wins. And I ensure that every time in my gamify world, I need to win. So how would I come on top of the situation? This is how I treat. I would say for any situation, for smallest of the things or the biggest of the challenge of the life, I just see myself in that situation. If someone can adapt that, I feel no situation can defeat us.
Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad, for sharing your story. It's very inspiring. The question I had was around this, concept of, us versus them or being different. I personally think that we all are different regardless, right? We have our own ways, our own eccentricities. So we are all different, and being a person with disability makes us different, but then that's fine, just like all other differences. However, I have myself been in that place where I have tried to avoid getting into a sort of a friendship or an acquaintance with people with disability because of the fear of doing something wrong or making the other person feel uncomfortable. I have also probably seen some with whatever few people I've been associated with, that people with disability also have uh, their own fears about becoming friends with people with I mean, who are not PWDs. So from your side, I wanted to hear and understand what is the message you would want to give to the people about making friends or acquaintances with people with disabilities.
I have loads and loads of friends, people with disability and people without disability. So I'm a very friendly person. So basically, uh, I have not seen things differently from the perspective that you have seen. So for me, I would just say I had a bunch of college friends. I was in 11th standard. It was only a matter of 5-6 days where I would like grade bunch of college. It was for the whole 5 years. Then I didn't have the power wheelchair. My friends used to come, they pick me up, they drop me to college, they drop me back home, and everything was being taken care by them. Even the every year admission forms were differently on that aspect.
Thanks, Toastmaster Prasad. Yes, that gives me my answer. So thank you for sharing.
I see Toastmaster Monica raising her hand. Monica, you want to say something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, first of all, Prasad, the very beautiful speech. I really loved and I was just jotting down the notes as you were speaking, and then I really love that because this stage of TEDx, any which ways, fascinates me a lot. So I have a two question for you, like experience on speaking on this stage itself, like TEDx, giving your talk and sharing your history. What was your experience then, and what you felt like? And second question I have is, throughout your speech, you talked about your choice of your power of choice, that you can control everything via your energy, your action, and your emotions, right? These three things are definitely in our control. Now, I really want to know from you, how do you keep these three things energized in a positive note every day? What is your, maybe the morning rituals, or what practices do you do to maintain this high energy? Because, I think this is what I really want to learn from you, to how to keep the energy high.
Your first question, my experience around TEDx. So initially, while preparing the speech, it was very emotional for me to talk about my mother. So even now, while hearing the speech and the initial part, I was again emotional. So that was a little difficult for me. Apart from that, it was just the experience. Once I was grown up and everything, that story was quite okay for me. But my childhood story, while I was narrating, I was very nervous that at stage I may crack my voice or I may get nervous. Even my closest of the friends were nervous for that this may happen, as they know me well. So that was my experience. Otherwise, it was a good experience. I just ensured that whatever was there, I just say it out. Can you repeat your second question, please?
Yeah, second, thanks for the answer to the first question. And the second question was you talked about, your power is maintaining your energy, your action, and your emotion. My question is, how do you maintain this to be on a high note? Because we generally tend to, get the dip in energy, emotion, or that they have a tendency to, get into the negative zone. So how do you retain that to a positive note? Because you have seen so much setback, still you are always able to bounce back. So something you should be doing every day, or some practices that is helping you out. I really want to know about that.
Okay. Okay. So one thing I do, and I tell like even in my office for my colleagues, I say this: how much time you spend in a day with yourself. So like once we get up in the morning, then we spend time with, like, for the morning routine, and then office, and then evening with family, and then we sleep. What amount of time that you spend for yourself, with yourself? One thing is for sure, at least 10 to 30 minutes a day, I talk with myself. Like, for every situation, there can be two things. Either I can control the things, or I cannot control the thing. Every situation can't be controlled by myself. So whichever situation I can control, what is in my hand, I need to focus on that. What happens is, most of the time we spend energy on the things, अरे यार ये ऐसा क्यों हो गया, ये ऐसा क्यों किया. So whatever you can do, you can focus on that. Whatever you can't, forget it, leave it. So just spending time with myself, what could have been done right at this situation, and just focusing on that helps me to come back or bounce back better.
All right. So my takeaway is that positive self-talk every day has to be one of the ritual in the morning. So
yes,
thank you so much for the share. That's really inspiring. Thank you.
I see Toastmaster Ashish raising his hand. Ashish, you can go with your question.
Or if we have time, if we don't, I can connect separately with Prasad.
Timer. Can we take one more question?
We can take one more small question.
Sure.
Thanks so much. Great meeting you, Prasad. Lovely, lovely story. There are so many points which I could personally relate to. Having a challenge early in my own life as well. So I can very well relate to the journey of yours. And also I chose to be a chartered accountant and started doing CA good 25 years ago, and ended up completing it. So a lot of points related. The question I have for you is the point which you raised regarding stock market. And I see a lot of people getting fascinated about stock markets now. And you've shared stories of like the down initially. Apuni to Bhagwan hai, so that's a good one. And from that point, going down and unfortunately going through the medical trauma because of the I think that was a very apt reminder for all of us to kind of be conscious or cautious in this area. From your experience, what are the one or two things you would advise all this group to be careful or to play the market in the best manner?
I would say, with respect to market is something which welcomes you with giving some initial gifts, which definitely entices you to get into it. So I remember the movie that the gold ounces, that a person used to go and get the gold ounces, and then, like, name of the movie, if someone knows that, so like basically the greed, initially the market what offers you just go into it and then get involved into it. So if you don't get into it like without greed and learn it and then get into it, that would be better from the market perspective. I just forgot the name. If I remember, I'll definitely drop the movie name in the group. Tumbar.
And just a follow up,
Tumbar
like
is
you
the movie.
remained,
Tumbar is the movie.
you remained in the market, or you stayed away after your.
I just stayed away for 3 months, I guess.
Now you are actively participating.
Very much.
Thank you everyone for your participation, and thank you Prasad for being with us. And now in the interest of time, we'll skip to our Mohit. Mohit, you want to say something?
Hi, Alokita.
Hi.
Yes, I wanted to say that in interest of time, I think we will have to make some adjustments to today's meeting agenda, given that we were supposed to have the table topics also, and it's already going to be noon, and it was an amazing session. So it was a great use of the time. However, we will probably suggest shifting the table topics for today, skipping it for today, and proceeding with the rest of the agenda, which is the evaluations and then the club officers installation. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Sure. I was saying that only in the interest of the time, let's skip to the next session, that is evaluation, because as I said, evaluation is the most important session in Toastmaster. So I would call upon the stage our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Nidhi Sharma.
Hello, everybody, back again. So evaluation, I would like to start with Monica. Monica, I would invite you on the virtual stage, and please share your evaluation report of the speaker.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi. So Toastmaster Deepak, your speech, again, I really like the way you started your speech. With a question, with the hand raise of your hand, you try to involve the audience also. And there was a great usage of pen to show or emphasize on the points. The flow was all smooth, and I really loved how you were phrasing, how you were pausing, how you were taking us through the story. And I could sense as I'm sitting in the room, witnessing what all is happening in the conversation. And even your gestures were really good. So there was a smooth delivery of the content. The hand movements were good. Then again, I love the speech. And of course, there is always an opportunity to recommend you, because that's what I am appointed to do. I have to find some area for sure to help you to improve even your delivery. One major feedback is maybe you could have, again, I think the flow was very smooth despite the timing. You were at calm, you were at peace, you were delivered your speech up to the mark. But the timing could have been practiced well in advance. That could have helped you to deliver and even conclude your speech well in time. That's one recommendation. Though your hand gestures were really good, but I really could see only, this much of your body. Maybe you could have delivered your speech standing, so that we could have seen complete hand gesture, hand movement, or your body movement. Along with that, the voice modulation could have been better, like when you were delivering the nervousness that time, or when you kind of could have, used your facial expression to show the nervousness or confusion when both you and your wife were talking. And even the next day when you got that eureka moment, I really wanted to have, see that gesture on your face, that would have actually added much volume to the delivery. And I think these are the few recommendation I have. But overall, it was a really, really awesome presentation. You took us through the story very well. You started very beautifully with the raise of question, and as well towards the end also you left us with a question, how do we apply the knowledge? And you concluded your speech so very well. So I really liked the delivery. That's my evaluation. Back to the Toastmaster Nidhi.
Thank you so much, Monica, for the wonderful evaluation. Next, I would like to call upon Swati to present her timer report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi. I'm ready with my report. Toastmaster Deepak took 8 minutes 50 seconds, and the question answer session took 15 minutes 26 seconds, and the speech evaluation was wrapped up in 3 minutes 10 seconds. That was my report. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon Lavina to please share your report, grammarian as well as our counter.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nidhi. So, from the perspective of word of the day, I am totally delighted how Toastmaster Deepak took up the word of the day and incorporated it in the speech and also gave the emojis while delivering. Hats off to you for that. Moving on from the perspective of our counter, I could see a couple of people deviating in that space from just a moment. So for Deepak, for Deepak's speech, I could not see many ahs and ums in the speech. The delivery was totally clean and very smooth. Mohit, Mehak, Nidhi, Mohit, Mehak, and Swati were totally clean from any ahs and ums or crutch words. From the perspective of filler words like so and like, I could find almost 10 to 15 usages of these words in Toastmaster Prasad's speech. Moving on, from the entire meeting, I could find very good usages of English language when we were talking about the Eureka moment, and when we were explaining that the highs are higher and the lows are lower. When we were saying that our family and friends are our real assets, and how time of the crisis is a defining moment for our entire life. Then when we were saying when we were saying that how to come out of the struggle and shine like a star, I think we were in the question answer at that moment. And the takeaway phrase, I think, for the entire meeting would be "Apunich God hai." So I think it's going to stay stuck with each one of us in for this for many days to come. From the perspective of not so good usages, I think I have a few. So when we were saying we don't feel gratitude, we can rephrase and say we feel grateful. And when we were saying other challenge will ready, we can rephrase and probably say a new challenge would be ready or would be awaiting us. When we were saying despite we have the law, we can rephrase and say despite having a law, we do XYZ. Then a few more, when we were saying we XYZ went into an anger mode, we can rephrase and say XYZ was absolutely furious. Then when we were saying he hanged up the phone, we can rephrase and say he hung up on me, or we can say he hung up the call. I think that's about my report from our counter and Romanian as well. I think I'll hand it over to Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Lavina, for that elaborated report. So now turn comes off for general evaluation. So I am completely speechless today. It was an unconventional session, I would say. I'm speaking this on a positive note, but I am playing the role of general evaluator, so I have to justify my role. So I hope everybody enjoyed the meeting. Very nice. Meeting went well. It was beyond expectation, better than the last meetings. All the sessions were captivating, but sad that we could not run TTM session. Though there was no gap, but still I tried to find some gaps because that was my job, giving positive as well as finding gap, was sharing positive points as well as finding gaps also. So I managed to jot down a couple of points. So when I start with meeting, it started 5 minutes late. I would request everybody to please join the meeting 5 minutes before meeting time so we can start it on time. And we were running late in sessions also. We could not manage to complete the session on time because we started late. Therefore, we were late in all the session and therefore we had to skip one session also. But ultimately, we enjoyed the meeting. Okay, so let's start with Sergeant of Arms. That was played by Mehak. Mehak, your role was flawless. You started on plain note. I really don't have any feedback. It was good. It was good. It was positive, and you justified. Next goes to Mohit Sahni. I really don't know what to say. He always managed to maintain the flow of the meeting. He pervades the environment with positivity and know how to handle the meeting on ad hoc basis. He is expert in arranging everything at the last minute. And guests were invited one by one, and it is a good way to make them feel comfortable. Next, here comes to the turn of Alokita, team mode. Alokita, see, we can't review everything, and feedback is important for everything. A theme was celebrating strength and resilience. So I had many experience of disability in my personal life. Even personally, I would say, what is my point of view, they are as normal as we are. In fact, they are far better than us. They are so robust. They are full of strength. This is what my experience with disabled people. I don't want to use this word because I was brought up in such kind of environment wherein I never felt that they are behind. In my childhood, there was an auntie and she had all blind child. She had 3 kids. They all were blind. And gradually after birth, they got some eyesight. They could make out who is doing what. And to my surprise, they were more intelligent. They did not have eyes, but they had amazing sixth sense. Amazing. They were intelligent. They were competent. They were a good singers. All 3 were good singers. And when you might not believe, they were all that they were behind. Then a situation come when I came across an institution that had deaf and deaf people were there, deaf and dumb people were there, students were there. That was institute. So I went over there, not even for a single moment. I sympathized with them because I never thought that they need sympathy because they are as normal as we are. They are not behind. They don't have one thing, but they have so many extra things what we don't have. And my learning from these people, like, they never give up. They never think disability is a hindrance in their life. They never consider it as a hindrance. And they're smarter than us. So never underestimate them. And for me, honestly, if 5 people are there, 3 they don't have disability, 2 have disability. So I will not differentiate between I and them or with other people. So it was a flawless session. You incorporated story as well. It was marvelous. And I appreciate your confidence. I appreciate the way you are handling things, and you ran this session, and kind of confidence you have. So no such recommendation I have for you for this demo session. It was an amazing session that you ran. So next turn come off Deepak. Deepak, there are so many learnings from you. And honestly speaking, I myself like trading, but I have seen people, even me, when I lose money for a couple of months' time, I think that now I will not invest. Rather than getting grip of things, I just leave it for some time and later I am back. It is tough to get expertise in stock market, and you are expert at that. And despite failure, you did not lose hope. You kept trying. What is the best thing I learned from you? That is, consider yourself a winner. And if you actually consider yourself a winner, half of the battle is done and half is left. And in personal life also, I believe that acceptance is bliss. How long you can linger on one thing. Early you accept things, your life will become easier. Next come the evaluation feedback. Monica, you evaluated the speech nicely. You got into the skin of speech and you gave very nice feedback. There is nothing I can recommend to you. But yes, Deepak, I have a recommendation for you. You delivered the speech nicely with full of expressions, eyes movements, hair movements, everything was there. But I would request, you can try. It is a recommendation. You can try. If you can stand up and can deliver your speech, you can consider it as a stage, as a platform. So you will enjoy it more, and even we will enjoy it, seeing it more. And hats off to you, Mohit sir. Though I read this speech already, other day I asked it from you, but I enjoyed it listening again. Yeah. So next is Lavina. Lavina, yeah, no, sorry. Swati. Yeah, there are not much recommendations for you, but yes, I would suggest you, if down the line you get the grammarian role, you can remind people of using word of the day, probably in the chat box. Probably that is the way that can remind people that they are expected to use word of the day as well as idiom that you forgot to share today. And moreover, I shared it earlier also, and I'm just trying to reiterate that if we can message on WhatsApp word of the day and idiom of the day, so that will help us to use it in our sessions of speech. So nothing else. Swati, you played your role nicely of timer. I have a recommendation for you. Though you played your role nicely, your report was elaborated, but you were not mindful about the time. We were running late in session. Being a timer, you were supposed to send message in the chat box that we were running late in the time. At the end of the session, that time was for the table topic session, and you were giving time for question answering round. That was actually wrong. Those could have done personally also. So if you could have reminded about timing, then we could have incorporated this table topic session. So next time I would request you, please be mindful about the time that would help us to complete the session, all the sessions on time without skipping anybody. Here I finish my report. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Nidhi, for your detailed report. And as we said earlier, today is our EC installation. So we are going to that session. And I'd like to finish my session here. Before I conclude, I want to express my gratitude to all the speakers, our keynote speaker, and every role player participating. And thank you for enthusiasm. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to support and uplift each other. Thank you. Over to you, Rahul. Do we have Rahul, our EC installation officer today?
Yes.
Hi,
Hi,
over to you.
everyone. Just give me a second. All right. So good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. So we have gathered here, apart from the regular structure of the meeting, we have also gathered here today for the installation ceremony of Toastmaster Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. So it is time for a change of guard in the club. So it is my honor to serve as the installation officer and install the incoming officers for the term July 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. I think before I start the installation procedure, I may I request the ongoing club officers, to turn on their videos if they are comfortable and rise wherever they are connected as I call out their names. So, and I would also request the moderator to bring these officers on spotlight. So I can see Toastmaster Mehak. She was the sergeant at arms for storytellers. I can't see Ankan, I can't see Lakshay, I can't see Deepti. I can see myself since I was the vice president education, and then I can't see the president Toastmaster Deeptendu. I don't remember the list of the club officers for the Leaders Connect because I think this is just the first term for them. So yes, dear officers, Mehak, myself, we have had a successful term and we should be extremely proud of for serving the members of the club magnificently uh, in our respective offices. So on behalf of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, District 41 and Toastmasters International, I appreciate you and I appreciate myself for the hard work and successful work which we did for this team. And I hereby discharge you myself from all the further duties and responsibilities for respective offices. So you can all give ourselves a round of applause for the wonderful service which we have rendered to this club. Uh, Now the moderator can now remove ourselves from the spotlight, keep me on the spotlight. And definitely I would like to say thanks to Toastmaster Deeptendu, Toastmaster Ankan, for all the Toastmaster Deepti as well for the amazing services, which they have done for this club. And I hope we'll continue to serve Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect as in the best possible ways. Now, fellow Toastmasters, I am here to install the officers of the Leaders Connect and the Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. So as a team, their collective challenge is to make the club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, passionately, lead to help many individuals as they work toward Toastmasters International Club vision. Each officer is obligated to attend club executive committee meetings, attend district sponsored club officer training program, prepare a successor for his or her respective office, as I briefly describe the challenges she or he would meet and the responsibilities she or he must fulfill, I request each officer to step forward, hold a pen as a symbol of leadership, or raise their hand, right hand, unmute your microphones, and take the oath by saying, I will. So now I would request, as I call the name of the each selected officer, I request the moderator to spotlight their video feed one by one, starting from Sergeant at Arms to the President. I also request the audience to, please withhold applause till the installation ceremony is concluded. So starting with Sergeant at Arms. So for starting with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Saurabh Luthra and Toastmaster Lavina Asthana. I'm not sure if we have Toastmaster Saurabh Luthra in the meeting. Do we have Saurabh Luthra?
No, Rahul.
Okay, so I think Lavina, you can also do take the oath ceremony on Saurabh Luthra's behalf. Okay. So Toastmaster Lavina, as Sergeant at Arms of Leaders Connect as well as Storytellers Club, your responsibilities include to arrange the virtual meeting room, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that adequate club supplies are available, arrange the virtual meeting room, set up the virtual meeting room before the meeting begins, take care of waiting rooms, allow only authorized attendees, lock the meeting room if there is a need, ensure to take care of all online meeting controls and resources, make sure that all relevant educational and PR material are displayed once you move displayed, to attend all special needs of your club, to greet the guest, to help president to make sure that meeting begins on time. So Toastmaster Lavina Asthana and on behalf of Saurabh Luthra, will you perform all these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. All right, let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Now I would request the moderator to spotlight the next officer, Toastmaster Monica and Toastmaster Ankan. All right, I think we don't have Ankan present in the meeting, but I think Toastmaster Monica, you can also do this oath ceremony on his behalf as well. All right, so Toastmaster Monica, as treasurer of Leaders Connect Club and Storytellers Club, your responsibilities include keeping financial records and prepare the club budget. You shall announce when it's time for members to pay dues. You shall explain the dues structure to members. You shall collect dues. You shall work with secretary to ensure that club submits dues on time to Toastmasters International World Headquarters. Okay, so Toastmaster Monica and on behalf of Toastmaster Ankan as well, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will. I do.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. Congratulations. Now I would request the moderator to spotlight the next officer, Club Secretary, Toastmaster Deepak Kumar Deepti Sani. Do we have Deepti Sani in the meeting? No. Okay. All right. So Toastmaster Deepti, Deepak, you can do this oath ceremony on her behalf. All right. So as club secretary, your responsibilities include maintaining an accurate, ensure that new member application and use get Toastmasters International World Club Officer list to Toastmasters International on time. Work with the treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and use to Toastmasters International on time, and provide the club with minutes of each meeting. So Toastmaster Deepak, and on behalf of Toastmaster Deepti Sani as well, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please unmute and respond.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Deepak and Toastmaster Deepti Sani. All right. I would now request the moderator to spotlight the next officer, Toastmaster Mohit Lodhi and Toastmaster Mehak Kapoor. As a club vice president, public relations, your responsibilities include attract visitors to the club through free to promote the club and its member in as many mediums as possible, both online and offline, and list your fellow activities, providing them with the promotional materials. Recognize member achievements with methods such as announcements, newsletter, emails, and articles that you submit for the district bulletin. Toastmaster Mehak, and on behalf of Toastmaster Mohit Lodhi, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Congratulations. Round of applause. Now I would request the moderator to spotlight the next officer for Club Vice President membership, Colonel Toastmaster Prem Prakash and Toastmaster Sagar Gulati. Okay, I think we don't have Sagar Gulati in the meeting. So, sir, you can also do this oath ceremony on his behalf as well. So as club vice president membership, your responsibilities include lead the club's membership building efforts, help members with any requirement during their journey, listen to their grievances, and provide emotional support if need be. PR motivates people to visit your club. You motivate the current members to invite guests, promptly give new member applications and use to the secretary and treasurer, personally greet guests and provide them with membership application. Make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmasters and gets a personal invitation to become a member. Toastmaster Prem Prakash, and on behalf of Toastmaster Sagar Gulati, will you perform these duties to the best of your
Yes, I
ability?
will. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Again, a round of applause. Now I would request the moderator to spotlight the next officer for Club Vice President Education, Toastmaster Alokita and Toastmaster Alokita. So you are the Vice VP Education for both the clubs. All right. So Toastmaster Alokita, on being elected as VP Education of Leaders Connect Club and Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, you are expected to gain commitment from member to set educational goals for themselves. You shall assure that club members are aware of the schedule of the meeting roles. You shall plan meeting that will assist member in meeting their individual goals. You shall work with club members to keep meetings fun and well run. You shall work with your members to ensure that they submit their applications for educational awards properly. You shall provide them with the educational meetings, extra sessions such as those from Successful Club Series and Leadership Excellence Series. You shall represent your club at the area and district council meetings. You, as the second highest ranking officer, shall preside over the meeting when the club president is not available. Toastmaster Lokita, on being elected as Vice President Education of Leaders Connect Club and Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability. Please
I
unmute
will.
and respond.
I will.
Thank you. Congratulations. Round of applause. All right. Now I'd request the moderator to spotlight the incoming president, Toastmaster Mohit Sani and Toastmaster Deeptendu. We don't have Deeptendu present in the meeting, so Mohit sir, you can also do this oath ceremony on his behalf. All right, so as the president of the Leaders Connect Club and Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, you are the chief executive officer. Thus, you preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the club executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club adds new members and meets the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating, and rewarding to its members. Realize that among the resources available to your commitment is towards fellow club members, club executive committee, area director, division director, District 41 leaders, and officers of Toastmasters International Headquarters. So Toastmaster Mohit Sani and on behalf of Toastmaster Deeptendu, I hand the gavel virtually to you as a symbol of the power and authority that your club has given you during your term of office. Please use it wisely and with restraint. Remember, you are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with a common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud. So Toastmaster Mohit, as a member of Leaders Connect Club and Storytellers Club, as well as its leader, will you work with your executive committee and your club members to make this a vibrant and a rewarding club this term and help everyone individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy? Please unmute and respond.
Yes, I will.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mohit. Round of applause. All right. I think that's what we wanted to cover. So congratulations to all the club officers, and I think Mohit sir, you can give your presidential address.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. A huge round of applause for Toastmaster Rahul for conducting our club officers installation ceremony so well, and not just for one club, but for two clubs. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul. Huge round of applause for Rahul.
Thank you.
I'm also happy to share a news that Rahul shared with me just yesterday. Rahul has been promoted in his organization. So let's have another round of applause for him. And I'm sure he's going to plan some sort of party for all of us soon.
Yes, definitely. We'll have to do a physical meeting for that.
Sure. And Rahul was also sharing with me that he gives a lot of credit to Toastmasters for his professional uh, promotion, and the skills that he's learning here is what he's applying in his corporate, in his professional environment as well. So that's a great um, validation to the efforts that we are making week after week in coming here and learning and growing as a team. So thank you once again. And we are a little over time, but it was such a beautiful meeting today. So many things to learn and so many things to appreciate in the world in which we live in. I would just like to share a few lines from my visit to a blind school. So I had gone to this blind school with my own perceptions or myths, but when I heard and I interacted with the people in the blind school, my myth was broken. I would like to share a poem that somebody recited there. It went like this. नजर नहीं है मगर नजारे देख लेते हैं, बैठे बैठे आसमानों के तारे देख लेते हैं, रहना तुम अदब से रात दिन मेरे दोस्त, ऐसे वैसे काम सब तुम्हारे देख लेते हैं। बंद दरवाजों की बात भी दूर तलक जाती है। बाल्टी और बेशर्मी संभालते संभालते छलक जाती है। चाहत और नफरत जताने की जरूरत क्या है, वक्त आता है तो अपने आप झलक जाती है। I was very moved when I heard this poem from that person in the blind school. And it goes to say that we are all having our own strengths and our own areas of improvement, and we are all the same. There is fairness with which everybody deserves to be treated. And in today's meeting, if there's one thing that I'm taking back is to try to do my bit to be fair to everyone. With that, I would like to close the meeting and we will announce the winners of today's meeting offline. So you can keep a tab on the WhatsApp groups where we would be announcing the winners. I'm sure people have already taken out some time and they can, and if they haven't, you can do so now. Just spare a few minutes to fill out this form, which you can see on the group chat, and then we can close the meeting for the day. And also, in case if anybody would like to come forward and share any feedback, please feel free to do so briefly. Okay, looks like we are all good. Thank you. Have a good rest of the weekend. We will meet again next time, next week. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.